Hey everybody, Rodamon here. Thanks for tuning in to the first You Pick You Vote series I'm going to be calling Black Lake. So, 8 of the Patreon patrons came up with 8 different ideas, and then all of you voted on what should I play first. So the result is Jimmy C's massive base scenario got picked, which was I must get to 50 pawns. I'm actually going to kick that up to 100. I cannot reject any pawns whatsoever. Like, I have to try to keep everyone alive all the time. And I'm going to create a giant migrant flotilla ship to get myself off the planet. That is the scenario. I'll put those rules in the description. So I picked this planet. The planet is called Jimmy C, after the person that came up with the scenario. And the terrain, the temperature and the rainfall is all normal. And I picked a little temperate forest right here to settle into. And this is what it looks like. We've got a road coming through. We got a river coming through. Shallow moving water. And let me introduce you to my 4 starting pawns. So I've got Wolf here, who is a quick sleeper, transhumanist, too smart, passions in shooting, plants, and medical, and capable of mining. I've got Jiret, who is a brawler, bloodlust pessimist, melee, mining, and artistic. Deef, who is kind, great memory, optimist, construction, crafting, intellectual. And Endelos, who is an optimist, night owl, psychically sensitive, shooting, cooking, crafting, and capable of plant work. Those are my starting pawns, all 4 named after patrons. Alright, so first things first, I gotta choose where I'm gonna live, and I want to explain it to you. So I've kind of eyeballed this spot here. And the reason for it is, it has a giant amount of deep water, which is impassable, bordering a mountain. If you can see where I'm going with this, good for you. If you can't, I'm guessing you're in for a treat. But that's pretty much where I'm going to want to live. Alright, so the next thing is to start to micromanage haul all of the stuff to that corner. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Or actually, really truly, the first thing I'm going to do is to do work prioritizations and get Jiret and some armor. So he is our brawler. Wolf is the best shooter, goes for the bolt action. Deef is a terrible weapons person, and Endelos goes for the revolver. What I'm going to do here, up here, is set up a temporary little stockpile. I'll put here. Oop, that's not a stockpile. I'll put here. So what I want is for these guys not to be competing with what to haul. I want the pickup and haul mod to be doing its best about getting as much as I can, which means if I have to micromanage, I will. Okay, Endelos has a full load. So does Deef. And Wolf. So what I'm going to initially do is try to set up, honestly, very, very temporary little bedrooms. Nothing I'm planning on keeping in the long term. Just something, a place to rest my head for now. So there we go. Those were my starting little bedrooms. They each come with a little bit of tile. Not that that really matters. That wasn't the deciding factor here. Alright, let's go ahead and start hauling some other stuff. Our pawns are on their way. We still have components left back there. It's good to know. Alright, Mr. Endelos. You can go ahead and start hauling the rest of the wood. And now I'll do work prioritizations. So I want everyone to firefight. Doctor. No bed rest for anyone unless they need it. Ooh, is that plasteel? Yes, it is. Cool. Okay, work prioritizations. Yes, I was focusing on that. Warden. Handle. Cook. Hunt. Construct. Grow. Mine. Research and craft. So although Deef has a passion in that, and no one's going to do art just yet. I will also need to set up a night owl restriction for Endelos, but maybe not on the first day. The first day is the day of trying to get settled. So this here is going to be my kitchen. So what I'm going to do, let's extend this back wall just a little bit more. I'm going to set up a kitchen, and I'm going to start laying everything out. So I'm going to want a stove and a butcher table, but most of my food is going to be through the nutrient paste. This is mostly just so that if I have sanity problems, I can address them. Let's go ahead and drop a cooler. All right. That's not maybe the best place for the stockpile, but that's all right. Then we're going to want our rec dining room. And for now, what I'm going to do is a workshop slash storage room. So yep, that will be the starting layout of the base. And research, I guess, goes in there too. So Deef will start getting the walls done. What I'm going to do is halt on anything that is not immediately necessary. As for furniture, beds, of course. Maybe not covering up the tiles. I don't know if that makes a difference, but... Alright, making sure everyone is working on something they should be. Getting all the wood. Do you have... Yeah, you probably have a full load of steel. Not full load, but some. And then plant cut, I'll set a little higher. We're going to want to clear out some room. I also want to try to get plants into the ground sooner than later. Our grow season isn't year-round up here in the boreal forest. Let's go ahead and haul some of this. We'll put this just here for now. I don't really have... what I can say is I don't really have a vision necessarily of where everything needs to be and where it all should go. I'm just sort of ad-libbing it. So it's not going to be the smartest layout, but it will get there. It will become smarter as I play. So we did start off with some ship chunks. Let's go ahead and 1, 2... Oh, there's the third. That was fast. All right, now other resources. We've got steel there. Looking for the little red X's. Here's some more steel. Because I think it would be prudent to try to grab... Oh, there's some meals. This, I forgot to mention, is just a very slightly modified crash landed where instead of crashing, we're standing without the cryo sickness. That's about the only difference I did, as most of you probably already realized. Alright, Deef is the best constructor. Let's finish off the beds with Deef. Despite them being normal anyway. Alright, Wolf, I didn't mean to make you clean dirt. So we're doing a pretty good job of laying everything out that needs to be laid out. starting to get some bedrooms. And what I can say for the bedrooms is let's put some wood flooring where we need it. Don't have a lot of plant cutters in this group. So the Patreon patrons did design their pawns, but not in collusion. They didn't work together, so these pawns don't necessarily have complementary skills. There's a lot of artists, for instance, in the group, and what I can say is there isn't not that much high demand for a bunch of artists. Not yet, at least. But once we get up to 100 pawns, yeah, you could absolutely have multiple artists. Alright, so now I'm going to select cut, trying to get the biggest trees for the greatest yield. I should definitely be considering cutting them out of the fertile soil. I'm not sure if Deef made that bed or not. Hopefully he did. Alright, Wolf, let's get you cutting. And because this is all temporary, I'm not super worried about... Where is Endelos? Oh, grabbing some food. Okay. I'm not super worried about trying to get everything looking nice. It's just stopgap measure. This is going to be rice. Rice grows very nicely on fertile soil. Alright, Deef's going for a walk. Nope, scratch that. You're going to be working on walls. Endelos is hauling steel. That will work. Trying to make sure everyone's doing something that I need them to do. There's another bed. Let's work on the last bed now. I do need some recreation. Go ahead, and horseshoe pin is a pretty easy one. Maybe do a chess table next. Let me think about the settings of that. There, that'll work. Oh, dining room, chess table. Oh no, the dining room's here. So excuse me with that. Let's go ahead and cancel all that. So we'll have a wooden table, stools, and a chess table. All right, making sure, going for a walk. I think we can do better than that. Alright, so as you can see, these are awful little bedrooms, but they're gonna have to do. Not gonna be able to do much better. Alright, Wolf is planting some rice. I'm going to order a giant chop wood order for all the little wood around. Because Deef is the better constructor, I definitely want him finishing off. Oh, this might be an interaction point. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see if it works. If If it doesn't, I'll fix it. It's not a hard fix. Alright, so we're breaking down the ship chunks now. Endelos is hauling steel, which I'll have a lot of. They're doing a little bit of recreation here and there. Trying to get plants sown. I'm not really worried about food. I'm so used to having such a small amount of food that I feel like I'm food rich like crazy right now. Construction botched. Alright, Mr. Deef, that means don't let G-Ret do it anymore. Simple tasks only. I really need to get that one bedroom done. So the kitchen is now indoors. Deef, let's work on up there. He voluntarily takes the one that sucks. It's polite of him, I guess. Try to get a roof on in there. Oh, you're gonna wake him up for that, huh? Alright, so that's day one. I got a kitchen, partially, but I got a kitchen. I got all 4 bedrooms, although they're not that nice. Now, let's go ahead and do sleep restrictions. So, Wolf is a quick sleeper. I'm just gonna erase them. So we'll have everyone go to sleep at 21. And Wolf will wake up when he wakes up. Endelos is the night sleeper, and that will have to do for now. We'll give everyone a little bit of rec overlap. Not a terrible setup. Alright, let's speed up time. Wolf's obviously up first. Cutting down trees. The lifeblood of a growing colony. Pinewood. Alright, so we have a little bit of an attack already. Wolf woke up and he was mad. If he wants to fight, that's fine. He gets to fight. That was easy. Health. So a little bit of a bite scar, but that wasn't from me. I wouldn't mind having a wolf. Do we have anyone that can handle? Not really. Okay. Well, then none of that. We'll butcher it instead. First meal coming up. Alright, so now that we have this up and running, let's go ahead and crank out some granite. Who would that be from? That would be Endelos. But he is busy hauling stuff long distance. I'll leave him to it for a little bit longer. Alright, Let's definitely get the best craftsman on the job. Normal. I mean, it's not terrible quality stuff, but you botched on a light? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna destroy this. Thanks, G-Ret, for building faster than I thought you would. Alright, Wolf here has been making wood for us. I'm just gonna have him be Paul Bunyan here and chop as much as we can. Alright. It's a little bit better. Now, I know this is all temporary, but at least I can floor it up. Make it look somewhat presentable for now. So what I'm going to do is move this stockpile. I just don't care, really, at the moment, but move it indoors. Try to get things from deteriorating. It looks like we even left the starting components there. We'll have to fix that. Okay, we can now butcher that wolf. This hopper, what I'm going to do is, yeah, important. Nah, I'll do preferred for vegetarian only. Since wood is so cheap, that's why I'm just going ahead and cranking all this out. So what I'm going to do here is, let's get this down below freezing. I'm going to stockpile my meat here, high priority, my veggies here, high priority, and then the rest of the meat can go here, so this will be low meat. And I know, once again, this is all sort of temporary, and this will be high meat. And then high veg. Alright, Wolf, are you? Yep, you are just cutting trees down like crazy. That's good. Leveling up in plants so much that you can't even level anymore. The next thing I'm going to want to do is to, despite the fact that it won't level you, cut these plants so I can see the borders of my farm. And let's build a nice stove for the sake of sanity, where we can set up lavish meals to 10. We'll call this lavish. Restrict everyone. Let's go to that. So drug policies. I'm going to set everyone to no drugs for now, and then once I have drugs, I can fix that. So let's delete all the other policies. And then food restrictions, I'm going to delete all the other policies. I mean, they're nice and all, but instead, I'm going to have everyone on NPM. And the hopper here, oh, NPM or survival meals. Just because right now I don't have the resources for that. Gonna make Deef work a little bit harder than everyone else just for a minute, so we can have this be properly indoors. And this is unroofed, but it should be reading as indoors soon. Endelos is, what is this? This should be Preferred for lavish meals. And I'm going to take just a moment. This is still reading is outdoors. Take just a moment to haul everything in. Wolf is clearing out the fertile soil. Alright, so high veg should be underneath the seat there. Gonna obviously expand the grow zone. Alright, this is now properly indoors, so nothing will decay. Speaking of decay, I'm gonna send Endelos. No, he's gonna be going to sleep soon. I'm gonna send Giret to grab our components. I'm not sure what Deef was doing. Guess I don't really care. Alright, so they're going to be stockpiling everything. For the moment, let's see what they're going on. Grabbing some steel and the wood. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is grow... Is this fertile? Nope, that's not fertile. Right here, I'll grow heel root. And here, I'll grow cotton. Ooh, and some cargo pods of, oh, cloth. Perfect. And this is for toques and parkas and the like before the winter really sets in. But it looks like I just hit the jackpot for cloth anyway. It's not going to be enough for everyone to wear something nice, but it's a start. So now we do have one lavish meal, and I'm going to consume it happily with the pawn with the most mood problems. You can see that immediately starts to take effect. And now I'm starting to get a wealth of blocks. So what I'm going to start to do is to set up my defense design. As you can see here, I'm doing just that. Whether they work on that or not, we'll see. But I'm just about out of time. So what I'm going to do is slow down time and once again explain how I envision this series to work. So what I would like to have happen is that everybody will vote on basically what my priorities are every week. So the way this works is the Patreon patrons 2 days before recording, which will be every Sunday and every Wednesday, they will pick some things that they think I should work on. Let's say it is improving the defenses or setting up a drug trade business or maybe something as simple as go tame that wolf maybe something as complicated as go raid a pirate base, but that's what they'll be picking. And then once they pick, ooh, chocolate. Once they pick some things for me to focus on, the day after, meaning Monday and Thursdays, you all, everyone, anyone that wants to participate, will get to then vote on what they think I should focus on from the subset of the things that the patrons have chosen. And then, given that information, I will compile it into a ranked list. So the thing that gets the most votes is the first thing I prioritize. If I am able to accomplish that, or if I'm able to do two things at once, then I'll work on the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing, all based upon who and what gets the most votes. So that's how I envision this working, and I hope that interests you, because that's, I think, should be a lot of fun. So I'm just about ready to wrap up episode 1. I appreciate everyone that is viewing. If you have feedback for me, drop me a line. If you have any suggestions or questions or whatever it might be, let me know. The best way to reach me is probably Discord, but if not, comments here work too. And I hope that you all tune in next time. Adios, everybody.